When we marry a chick young at whatever age, like 20 whatever, we are stuck with those suckers until our 90s. We marry them in their prime, for their prime. And their prime is like 8 or 9 years tops. Age 18 to 28 would be a woman's peak in her quote-unquote career of being hot, young, and in her childbearing years. And extending that number to 28 is being generous, honestly. 28 is like her last good year in her quote-unquote career. She performs well for like 10 years or so, and then she lingers around the place for another 60 years, and you're basically stuck with a sucker. That's essentially what we're doing when we marry a chick. We sign these young stars on for a long-term contract. We're winning, they're winning, life is good, and we get a kid or two out of them, and the sets is great. Then one day, we find out that they're not what they used to be, and their performance comes crashing down. And we can't replace them with a younger player. We can't cut them. We can't trade them in. We're basically stuck with these suckers, no matter how big and fat they get, and no matter how poorly they perform. I mean, like, could you imagine just for a second if some pro star male athlete got a contract till he was like 90 or something like that, and he was hanging around like 30 years past his prime, taking up all this money and like cap space? I mean, that would be wild right there, right? Heck, in pro male sports, when you're 30 something, you suddenly become old. That's right, 30 in sports years is like being 50 or 60 in regular years. It's so difficult to stay valuable and productive in your 30s in the sports world. It doesn't matter how many championships you won in your 20s. If you stop producing results in your 30s, the sports world will cut you just like that without hesitation. Male pro sports is freaking ruthless. You could be a team's all-time greatest player. You won them their first championships, or you won them 4 championships and 3 MVP years. But you don't make the playoffs for a season and a half, and boom, your team will part ways with you just like that. When we marry a chick and she gets into her mid-30s, does she get let go? Does she get cut? Does she get replaced? Traded? Nope. She could be getting old, lazy, fat, producing 0 results, and we are stuck with that sucker for another 5 decades. And if we try to get rid of a quote-unquote non-in her prime chick, we lose nearly everything. 50% plus gone in a divorce. Could you imagine in the sports world if a team did that? They tried releasing some 30-year-old player, and they also have to give him half of the team's net worth? Like, sorry guy, we need to replace you with a fresh new draft pick, but our divorce policy states we have to give you $5 billion as a parting gift, so you'll stay happy, and you can maintain your way of life. I mean, that would be absolutely retarded right there, huh? In the pro male sports world, they just release those suckers. I mean, they might pay him a few million when their contract is like winding down and all that stuff, but they just cut them loose and they'll be like, so long, sucker. Bon voyage. I mean, think about it like this. How many pro male athletes are hanging around a team in their 50s and 60s, taking up contract and salary cap money? So the team sucks for, a continuous 20 years. None. Men know when to walk away, and they know when to walk off into the sunset. But women, they linger around. They get old, they get into their 50s, they drink $2 Chuck every day, and they're smoking a pack of cigarettes, spending money they don't have, spending Social Security money at Indian casinos. I mean, any other situation, like at a job or as an athlete, if you underperform like that, you're cutting out of here and you're replaced. But since the whole process of divorce can literally ruin a man, we're stuck with these suckers. I mean, like, us men should have something written to the marriage contract, like certain stipulations to get rid of her, to replace her, to bench her, trade her, if she ever got fat and stopped taking care of her appearance, if she stopped performing. I mean, that would keep a chick on her toes right there. That would keep her alert and in tip-top shape. And she would always be bettering herself. If you're a pro male athlete and you get like a 7-year contract You're doing really well. Could you imagine in the sports world if you said to a player, we're gonna keep you on the team till death do us part, or we'll keep you in sickness and in health? I mean, that's crazy, because in the pro male sports world, if you pull a muscle, or you tear an ACL, or you have something wrong with your tendon or whatever it is, you get immediately cut. They will drop you just like that, or they will trade you. But, here we are in marriage 2025, and marriage contracts are the same thing they were back in the 1700s. I mean, we gotta revisit some of this crap because we need to put in some stipulations or something like that, man. Keeping these suckers around till 95, that's just crazy right there.